Short-term pleasures can take you to the grave. Those small hits of pleasure that you get from habits that are very like strong with a good feeling, like in the moment that you do it, those things have just as much as they take you high for a moment, they have just as much of a crash as well. So there's this animation that actually does a really good job of putting into picture what exactly it is. It was like a duck, and the duck was just like walking up, and then he got a hit of something. It was like he picked up like something and he ate it, and then the duck felt so good that it flew to the sky. Like the first time it hit that, it just jumped in excitement and it flew to the sky. Everything was bright, happy, amazing. And then it fell to the ground and it's just normal, and it's excited and he's running fast to get the next bit of food he wants to pick up. So he runs really quick, gets right to it, eats it again. He jumps really high again, just a little bit under the clouds this time, and then he falls to the ground again. And then he's still running, he's still energetic, he's still happy, he just had a good dose, he knows he loves it so much, so he's running excited to the next one, gets it again, goes up. Now he's nowhere close to the cloud, but still very good feeling, falls down. Now he's like power walking, not really running, but you know, he's getting there, he's getting to the thing, the food. And basically it does that till he cannot even, after he takes the food, the same food that made him go all the way to the sky past the clouds the first time he had it, now he can't even do a hop. He picks up the bit of food, can't even do a hop. That's the level of like diminishing return there is with short-term pleasures. It's like anything from alcohol, drug, even maybe a little bit of music, but it could be anything that gives you short-time cheap pleasure in life. You could connect the dots what that is. Everybody, you will know what it is. Like in our generation, it's social media, it's just how like relationships, there's a lot, I'm sure you know what it could be, but there's a lot of forms of various cheap pleasures that are easy to access depending on the type of person you are. Some is easier than another, and it's so easy to abuse. Everything is on our fingertips, that there's no incentive to do anything that's hard anymore. There's no incentive to do anything that may take years to pay off. Forget years, not even weeks. There's nothing that's successful. Like there will be YouTube videos about just the fastest way to get anything, fastest way to do anything, and it works. Like if there is be able to code in 2 hours, like there's videos like that, I'm sure. And if it actually sells on its promise and is effective at that, obviously yes, that's too good, that's amazing. So there's things like that for everything nowadays, because that's what sells, and it sells because that's where our mentality became shifted to, because there's so much easier ways to get so much higher level of pleasure. There's something like, let's say, coding is just too much of a bother. Like taking that energy out can feel like it's too much to muster up, and the coding is just an example. There's like way more complicated or even simpler things that are promised to be sold like for way less time. The point is that like everything we want like a quick easy fix, but the point is there's literally no shortcut. If you want to get somewhere, you need to just do the work, no matter how ugly, no matter how like it's not perfect. You just take the steps. You just take the steps, do trial and error. Obviously, look, like we have YouTube, we have all these resources. Use your resources to find out if something works or something doesn't. Use that. That's good, that's perfect. Use that to make better judgment and save yourself some problem and cut some steps and get further ahead. That's completely fine. But it's a problem when you are becoming reliant on just having an answer or finding an answer to everything only on YouTube, or you have to just find a how-to, or like you have to find a quick fastest way to get this, fastest way to get that. That's when it becomes a problem, because then it just means you might not be serious enough yet. Like something that you want that is actually worth having, that not everybody can just do, you're not really willing to commit to it. Because if you're willing to commit to it, you'll be willing to stick with it even if it had to take you months to get it. Because if months is still underselling it. If you want something that not just anybody can have, and you want to like bring that value to other people, you need to first be able to put yourself through and commit to learning it from scratch through months and years. First, you have to be willing to put that time in if it takes that much time. I'm not saying it's gonna take that much time naturally for everything, but if it was willing to take that much time, you should be willing to put that time, and that's just the bare minimum. So that's all I have for you here about this, and hope this was helpful in any way. Feel free to let me know what else I should talk about. It's a pleasure having you here. Assalamu alaikum.